She borrowed something for one night, and it ruined her life. Mathilde was a beautiful woman, but she was never satisfied with her life. She lived in a small apartment with her husband, who worked hard every day. But in her mind, she imagined something completely different. Large rooms, shining chandeliers, expensive dresses, and people admiring her everywhere she went. Every day, she felt like she had to bear the brunt of a life that was too small for her dreams. One evening, her husband came home with a big smile. "I have something special for you," he said, handing her an invitation. It was for a grand party full of wealthy and important people. Instead of feeling excited, Mathilde's face fell. "I have nothing to wear," she said quietly. Her husband, confused but caring, gave her money he had been saving. "Buy something beautiful," he told her. For the first time in a while, Mathilde felt happy. A few days later, she bought a lovely dress. But when she looked in the mirror, her happiness disappeared again. "No jewelry," she whispered. Without it, she felt incomplete. So she visited her rich friend and borrowed a stunning diamond necklace. The moment she wore it, everything changed. At the party, Mathilde was the center of attention. People looked at her, admired her, and spoke to her. She laughed, danced, and smiled all night. For a few hours, she forgot everything else. She didn't feel poor anymore. She didn't feel small. She felt like she finally belonged. But when she returned home and stood in front of the mirror, the smile slowly disappeared. The necklace was gone. Panic filled the room. Mathilde and her husband searched everywhere, inside the house, outside, in the streets, retracing every step. Nothing. The necklace had vanished. That night, they made a decision that would change their lives. Instead of telling the truth, they chose to replace it. Mathilde knew, deep inside, that she would have to bear the brunt of this decision. They borrowed money, more than they could afford. They bought a new necklace and returned it without a word. And then, reality began. Years passed. Hard years. They moved to a smaller, darker home. Mathilde washed clothes, cleaned floors, and carried heavy water every day. Her hands became rough. Her face lost its beauty. Her husband worked endlessly, day and night. Together, they slowly paid off the debt. And through it all, Mathilde bore the brunt of a life filled with exhaustion, regret, and silent suffering. 10 years later, they were finally free from debt. One afternoon, Mathilde saw her old friend walking down the street. For a moment, she hesitated, then decided to speak. She told her everything: the lost necklace, the years of struggle, the life they had lived to repay it. Her friend listened in shock. Then she said something that changed everything. "Oh, my dear," she said softly, "that necklace, it wasn't real. It was fake." Mathilde stood still. All those years, all that pain, she had borne the brunt of a mistake that didn't even matter. The idiom or expression for today's story was to bear the brunt. To bear the brunt of something means to suffer the most from something bad. For example, she had to bear the brunt of the criticism. The coastal towns bore the brunt of the storm. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun English stories. See you in the next one.